So it's been announced. Finally, David Benavidez versus Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. November 25th. You know, the co-main has been announced as well. Charlo versus David Benavidez's big brother, Jose Benavidez Jr. And honestly, you know, that's a beautiful main event and co-main event. But I think who should be thrown on that card also is Carlos Adames.
Carlos Adames stops one machine,
who is the WBC interim champion.
And now Macias Montiel, Carlos Adames to the body and upstairs, the referee.
The WBC may just make him the mandatory for the winner between Charlo versus Jose Benavidez Jr. And what I want to say about Jose Benavidez Jr. is this guy got ballsinis, okay? I don't know too many people who fought Terrence Crawford and Charlo, okay? Jose Benavidez, we talk about Errol the True Spence and his comeback, you know, Jose Benavidez getting shot in the leg just from walking his dog. A guy just runs up, shoot him in his leg, and he makes a comeback. He's gone for 2 years. The doctor says he'll never fight again. I think there were concerns about him ever walking again. Comes back after 2 years, take on 2 fights, and fights Terrence Bud Crawford. The guy's a complete gladiator. As far as David Benavidez versus Boo Boo Andrade, you know, real quick, I'm not going to go live today. My furnace went out. And thank you to all of you guys who supports this channel by sending super chats and stuff like that. For everybody who thinks I get an envelope from the PBC or whatever going on out there, you the guys who pay me. Because of your support, I was able to say, man, I got to get a new furnace and get some people here right away, and they're here now. Give them, you know, a new furnace. That furnace is old, like 1990 something. Kind of reminds me of the Christmas story when they asked the father, what does he want for Christmas? And he said, a new furnace.
I'll bet you never guess what I got you for Christmas.
A new furnace.
That's a good one, Dad.
Anyway, I digress. Hold on, let me get this black 2 sugars with a little bit of cream because we'll start to overflow on me. Oh, Barb! We'll never forget. Never. Okay. David Benavidez versus Boo Boo Andrade. I call it Benny versus Boo Boo. Listen, man. I'm done making predictions. Okay, but let me try to analyze this a little bit, which is almost impossible for me. When I analyze fights, I look at data. I look at prior fights. I look at styles and stuff like that. And I can't see anybody on Boo Boo Andrade's resume that I think would get him prepared for this fight, let alone him having a full resume. He's 36, 37 years old, right? So who does he have? Keeler? Quickly? Huh? Who does he have to prepare him for David Benavidez? David Benavidez, on the other hand, he has Caleb Plant. He got Anthony Durrell. He got guys. Hard-punching guys, David Lemieux, stuff like that. So in this situation, you got to try to look at Boo Boo Andrade, his fighting style. And then you say, okay, David Benavidez handled Caleb Plant. He should be able to handle Boo Boo Andrade. And I know a lot of people think that Boo Boo is better than Caleb Plant. Which, okay, you know, these names, Boo Boo, Sweet Hands. Okay, but the difference is Plant, he had some fights, right? He fought Durrell, knocked him out. He fought Canelo Alvarez. He's had fights. He fought David Benavidez. The guy he's been on that stage fighting guys who are very impressive guys. Boo Boo Andrade, on the other hand, you can't really name an opponent that is really somebody that you can see as a, you know, B+, A-, or A fighter, all right? Kind of middle of the road fighters. And I don't recall Boo Boo Andrade beating a champion out of his title. He got his WBO titles from vacancies or the vacant title, stuff like that. So when it comes to Benny versus Boo Boo, it's very difficult for me. I got to give Boo Boo Andrade a full eyeball test and look at David Benavidez and look at what he's done. And there's just more on the side of David Benavidez to measure, to say that he'll beat Boo Boo Andrade. I'm not, he hasn't really fought a slugger. He hasn't fought a slick fighter. David Benavidez is kind of both. He's a busy fighter, boxer, definitely brawler, a slugger at times, pressure fighter at times. You've seen flashes of him boxing and shooting a good jab again. That's my favorite David Benavidez. When he's boxing and then he applies the pressure, he's almost unbeatable there. So right now, I think if you're just looking at it with rationale and logic, and you can't help but to lean towards David Benavidez, which is a beautiful thing, because David Benavidez, is right in line to fight Canelo Alvarez on Cinco de Mayo, which is just humongous. Let me know how you all feel in the comments below about this fantastic card. I would vote to put Carlos Adames on that card, okay, because he's a must-see fighter, action-packed guy, and he's in line to fight the winner between Jamal and Jose Benavidez. And the funny thing about Jamal Charlo versus Jose Benavidez is Jamal Charlo should beat him. And Jamal Charlo, people talk about Canelo Alvarez fighting smaller guys or Tank Davis or whatever. Jamal Charlo has made a career fighting smaller guys, okay? And once again, Jose Benavidez moving up. You can't help but to lean towards Charlo. Charlo has Roy Jones Jr. as a new trainer. We want to see what that's looking like. Jose Benavidez is a fantastic fighter to fight, to get that rapport with Roy Jones Jr. Does Jose Benavidez have a chance? Yeah, he has a chance if Jamal Charlo is finished, mentally, spiritually, if he's finished. I think Roy Jones is a great life coach, and he's probably the proper trainer to have for Jamal Charlo at this point in his career. Let me know how you all feel in the comments below. ShowBizz Adult, I'm out.